Hi, I'm Mateus,
I'm Rebeca.
and today we're going to build a PC and show you how it's done.
This is a Ryzen 5 3600.
And it's a 6-core, 12-thread processor.
So here we have a pack of 5 RGB up here fans.
So these fans are going to provide air intake and exhaust for the whole system. So this is a Seagate Barracuda 510 PCIe Gen 3 M.2 NVMe SSD.
And this will provide 500 gigabytes of
So
storage.
this is the B450 Tomahawk Max AM4 socket.
This is where we're going to put the CPU, GPU, RAM, and SSD. This is a Radeon RX 580.
This is the graphics unit for the system. Alright, so these are 2 8GB sticks of DDR4 3200 MHz crucial ballistics memory.
This is RAM as in random access memory to run programs. This is the anti-static wrist strap.
To eliminate any electrostatic discharge on the
This is
computer.
an Aqua NT-H2 thermal paste.
This is going on the IHS of the CPU. This is the Corsair CX650M.
This will provide power for the PC.
Alright, so here for the back panel we have 2 Phillips head screwdrivers, and for the front glass panel we're going to have 4 thumb screws. So I'm going to start unscrewing these, and yeah. Alright, so here's the motherboard, and I'm gonna start opening this up, and this is where we're gonna put all the parts and everything. And a good place to put the motherboard is on top of the box. It's a good place so there's no damage on the board or anything like that. And also, a good place to hold it is by the VRMs, so you don't mess up the traces in the back. Yep. Looks good. Alright, just gonna lay it flat like that. So now we're gonna put the motherboard stand off so the motherboard does not scratch against the case.
This is the Ryzen 5 3600.
This has 6 cores and 12 threads. So I'm gonna put it in its socket, and then we'll start working on the cooler. Just get this out. So now we got the CPU, and now we're gonna put it in. So first, we have to move this pin to the side and lift it upwards so it's ready to be put in. And always be careful with the pins on the CPU. It's very sensitive, and you wanna hold it by the edges like this. So it's like that. And then you wanna find the triangle or dot on the motherboard, so like right here, and then line it up with the triangle of the CPU. So right about here, so I'm gonna So here we got our 2 8GB sticks of ballistics, and here we're gonna put them in the 2 and 4 slots, of course, because if you only put them in the 1 and 2 or the 3 and 4, that's gonna activate only single channel. And if you will have 2 sticks, you always wanted to put in 2 and 4 for, of course, most motherboards to have dual channel memory. So take one out, and you have to line up the notch on the stick with the motherboard. So let's see. So it goes this way. Oh, wait, this way. So once they're in, you'll hear those clicks, and the RAM will be in, and the clips will be back in where they were before. So that's pretty good. And then I'm gonna put the other stick. So here we got the stock and the cooler. Now this luckily comes pre-applied with thermal paste. Now not every cooler does, but luckily this does. So I did take off this bracket piece from the back plate. Now I'm gonna screw in the cooler. So I'm gonna position the cable right about like this. So this is the Seagate 510 500GB SSD to put it in, you have to line up this notch with this little notch there. You just kind of put it in like that. So this is the IO shield, and always you want to put this before the motherboard. And make sure to pull these tabs in the back so that if you plug it in, it might not break the port. So I'm just gonna push it in from the inside really hard, and it should be able to just go on. So just see here. All right, so now we got pretty much everything on the motherboard, and now we're ready to put it in the case. Now we have all our 9 standoffs. Remember to put your standoffs because that's really important. And now we're gonna head over, put our motherboard first. We actually have to put the case down because that's a lot easier. Set this down like that. And maybe move this cable out of the way, like that. Hopefully that stays there. I don't know. Yeah, all right, there we go. So now we have to line the motherboard at this angle with the IO and everything, and then carefully put that in like so. Make sure to line it with the standoffs as well. That looks good. Now we just have to get all the screws. So I have a bunch of screws here laying down, and I'm just gonna start putting all of them in. Remember, put in the screws like evenly, like across the whole board, and not just one at a time, so it's not like unevenly distributed. Alright, so now we got quite a bunch of stuff done. We got the motherboard in the case with all the stuff on the motherboard, pretty much. And now we should probably move on to our power supply. So for this system, I chose a CX650M. Pretty good power supply, 80 plus bronze certified. So here I got the motherboard, this is the motherboard and the CPU power, and this is the graphics card PCIe power. And so for the power supply, you always want the fan down, especially if there's a filter at the bottom of the case here, as such. And then just have the power switch and facing outwards here. Just put it in like so. And always, I recommend plugging in the cables beforehand so it's easier that way. All right, so now that we have the power supply in, let's just start connecting the little things. So here, for the AMD fan, the cable goes right here in this. So this is the 4-pin. 4 pins are here, and then there's this little like slot that you have to align it with these 2 like clips or whatever. So you have to align that, and then it might kind of be hard to push in at first. So you just kind of gotta push in there, just like that. All right, so now we got the CPU cooler cable connected. Now I'm putting the 8-pin power connector for the CPU, and that goes right here on the top of the left of the motherboard. And then I just put it in like this. All right, so now we have the system flipped a bit so we can take off the front panel, and we're gonna take off these stock fans for those up here fans. So I'm gonna try to pull this out. Usually these are a bit tricky sometimes. Usually it's just all about like force, so hold on, let me try it from here. Actually no, I'm gonna flip it back. Oh, there we go, pretty nice. So yeah, that's all the front IO stuff. So we're just gonna keep this here somehow, some way. So I'm gonna just flip this like here. There we go. Take off this magnetic dust filter. Put this on the side. And then here we go, as you can see, here are the fans, the screws of the fan. Just unscrew those. Yeah, so sometimes you'll see these screws on whichever side of the fan. This one's in the front, and these screws for that fan are in the back. So it just kind of depends, you know, where it is. So I guess I'm assuming intake is in the front, exhaust is in the back. You should probably just unscrew these evenly. You can see the fan just kind of just coming off. There it goes. So we got 2 screws, 3, and then 4. All right, there. Let's take that fan off. Just flip this back down. Now, in the back, we got this fan. So I'm gonna start unscrewing that. Wow, that unscrewed pretty quick. All right, there we go. Now that we got these fans out, oh yeah, they're here. Now I can just get this box of up here RGB fans and use these instead. There we go. Oh wow, a lot of cables. Pretty sure it's 4 or 5 fans. Oh, it must have been, looks like it's 4. All right. Oh no, it is 5, okay. So this is the old case fan. And then new ones. Looks pretty good. I don't know if we're gonna have enough like 3 or 4 pin headers on the motherboard for this. Might have to get some adapter extension. Oh wait, no, we have a hub. That's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm assuming this will plug into the motherboard, and then this will go somewhere in the back of the case, and it comes with the remote. Pretty cool. So this will go somewhere on the motherboard. Before I do that, I'm gonna start putting the fans in. So let's see. I'm gonna pull one back here for exhaust. This is gonna go. Actually, let me unscrew not unscrew, like untangle this little. There we go. Now, oh wait, it's like this. So, right. So yeah, so it goes. I think it goes like, oh, like there we go. So these did come with screws that I can use. So let me see. Is that? Yeah, okay, that's good. All right, so let me use these little screws. One. This box a little bit. Okay. Oh wait, I don't think these. Oh, they're good, yeah. Okay. Coming along pretty well. Almost got all the screws to the fans, or to the fan. Yep, there we go. And then the last one. Alright, I think that's, let me just make sure the screws are all tight. And then we're gonna be done with the exhaust fan in the back. There you go. Alright, now let's get another fan going so we can start working on the front fans for sure. Okay. So, yeah, all right. I just gotta get a couple more screws. Again, so the back of the fan, where the cable is here, that's the part where the air comes out. So if it's intake, then you wanna have the back facing that way so the air goes in this way. And then again here as well. Yeah, the back is going here, so the air is gonna go out here. Same for here. All right. Not the best explanation, but pretty much how it works. So the back of the fan is where the air comes out, pretty much. That's how it is. So I'm just gonna put the screws for this fan as well, and then just all right, here just got done doing the second intake fan. Now I'm gonna do the third. Gotta get the other pack of screws. Where did I put them? Yeah, there we go. All right, and do the is it rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'm trying to fix this fan cable. I don't know, I think that's good. It was kind of a tight squeeze through there, but I did get it in. I'm gonna do this, and then probably gonna put one exhaust fan at the top as well, or one more exhaust fan. And that should all be good and set. To the fans, we got this last fan right here, and I'm gonna put it at the top for exhaust. Just gonna go right here. think I'll just start plugging in some of the fans to the hub right here that's connected through SATA. That's also connected to the power supply, so pretty sure this goes in, probably goes in this way. Alright, so I just gotta keep connecting all these cables. And then after this, we'll probably put in the graphics card, which of course always goes last. So let's get the cables like that. This goes in. I'm excited to see how the RGB is gonna look with all the fans on. It's going pretty good. One more cable. There we go, we got a whole fan hub and everything. Might have to organize this mess in a bit, but we got that for now. Oh boy. Oh, all right, yeah. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this, but I'll figure that out in a bit. I'm gonna put this like probably like this right here for now. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that after. All right, now, we should be ready for the graphics card. So you're gonna open this PCIe 16X slot like that. Put the card. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Get the plastic wrap off of it. Uh-oh. That looks pretty nice. Got like a carbon fiber look to it. Pretty neat. Gonna peel everything off. Back plate. That was good. That was a good peel right there, for sure. I think that's it, right? I think there's like this little, a little cover there. Pretty handy, just in case nothing happens. All right, so now fans go down like this. Oh, we have to take off the brackets. That's right. Okay. All right, so now that I got the brackets out, which for this case, you just kind of got to just pull them out like so. Now I'm gonna just try to connect it here, so. There we go. Looks good. Yeah, all right, so now we're gonna have to get one of these screws screwed in here. So there's not much GPU sag. You can't just let it sag like that. It's just not that good. So I'm gonna use one of these screws that I got from the motherboard with the case. And then we're gonna put the main PCIe bracket. I'm gonna put the main PCIe bracket back on as well. I think that's it. Yeah, it should be in. All right, so now, so let's put these two screws in. And then all right, should be good. I think we should probably put this back on. I don't think we need to. Oh no, I don't think we can though, because now the graphics card's there. All right, well, whatever. All right, so now that's good. Now I think we just got to start plugging everything in. So, all right, so now we got most of the stuff plugged in, or almost most of the stuff. So I'm gonna start plugging in everything else. All right, so we got some of the cables plugged in. Now I'm just gonna do the finishing touches. So audio goes over here in the one labeled J audio. go. And then this is USB. So there's one here, J USB 1. And the missing pin is on the bottom right. And just align those. Push it in kind of hard, and there we go. So these here are the power LEDs, and pretty sure they go right here next to this little battery. So I'm gonna just here. This one, and then can't see much there. Oh, there's the second one. There we go. I think that's both in, and then this cable. Pretty sure goes like right about here. It says NVDG. And then, where's the other cable we have? Reset. So, this one, pretty sure it goes right about here. And then, this is power switch, and some booze. I don't know, I'll have to probably, this one goes like that about, why not, is that? No, it is. No, it's this way. So many cables in the way. There we go, it's a power switch. I think we got a couple more cables. Just gotta check. Where's this cable go to? Probably something on the front I/O. This one goes like, I think this one. I don't think this one probably goes here. No, that's not go there. Maybe go through here. Hopefully, can it? No, I don't think so. Let's see where else I can reroute this to. So many tangled cables. What cable is this? Oh, it's another one of those. Oh, I can go through here actually. It's not bad, I think. Oh, the reset switch kicked on. That's for sure, I think.
I'll be very quiet. I'm just very quiet.
Here we go, finally. Okay. Alright, now I think those are pretty much all the cables, except for maybe one more. And just checking. I will probably fix this after. I'm just trying to get this to boot for now. I'll definitely fix this after.
Almost done.
Oh, actually, is this even? This one goes. I think. Oh, that goes there, yeah. It's too short. Oh god, one of those probably unplugged. See? That one goes there. second. Right, that one's at the bottom left. Where's some of those? Bottom left like that, right, yeah. Okay. There we go. And then, oh, these tiny cables fell out again. All right, well, I'll probably plug those in again and then see what else is gonna happen. Hopefully we can get this to post. Cables are so small, they just keep falling out. I really just plugged that one in. This one's about to fall out too. Jesus Christ. And this one go here. Is that like a fake one, or is it just like a hole? You can't go through it. Yeah, you can't. Alright, looks about good. I'm pretty sure that's all the cables except for one more, or a couple more actually, because this is the back here is a PCIe cable for the graphics card. What is that? 8 pins. So we can do 6 plus 2. Oh no, I can just use this end. It's gonna be a bit easier. Oh, it's on the left. That's right. There we go. Oh. Now it's plugged in all the way. Alright, so now I'm gonna just jump start the computer. So I'm just gonna find the pins, and all you gotta do is just kind of touch your screwdriver on the jumper pins, whichever ones those are. Just gonna figure it out. There we go. So it looks like those are the jumper pins.
Which ones are the jumper pins?
So I'm trying to just spam delete here so I can get a post. Let's go. We posted. That's awesome. Look at that.
Woo!
That looks awesome. All right. Let's just check here. So yeah, Ryzen 5 3600, 6-core 12 thread. We got a 16 gigs of memory, and let's see the storage. Oh wow, this is like really weird. Yep, the Barracuda 510, and yep, that's the memory. It is 3200. We're gonna have to put it up to 3200 after. It's at 26660 right now. So I'm gonna have to change that after. But looks pretty good. We got it working, and that's the build. That's awesome.